evening, Metal Faithful. It is I, the Mandator Reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And this is the Metal Hammer of Doom. Tonight, we are getting in the Wayback Machine. How far back? Way back. And we are checking out a band that has been around since the 80s. Christian metal band, Stryper. Hot diggity. Even the Devil Believes. Which came out September 4th, 2020. I'm here with my hetero life mate, Jesse Starcher. How do you do, sir?
Oh, Mark Radulich, I am doing fantastic. Can't wait to talk about some Stryper tonight. Hey, are you under a hurricane warning right now?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. That's I just was breezing through the Weather Channel, and I was like, that looks like it's heading straight at Mark Radulich. So
yeah, I'll tell you this. So they cancel school for the next 2 days, but but because now we can do e-learning, they just don't cancel school. Like a snow day is a Zoom day.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, yep.
So if they have to call out because they're using the schools as shelters in case there's hurricane issues, then the kids can still learn. They can still do distance learning.
Damn you, technology.
So they're home for the next 2 days because of possible inclement weather. We got an email from work today saying that we're not being sequestered, but nobody's allowed to call off. And, everybody has to show up for their scheduled shifts. But at this time, they're not sequestering people, so I don't have to live in jail.
All right, that's good. That's good.
But I'll tell you this also. I guess the next 2 days are not going to be great. We've had a lot of squalls today. A lot of storm in Norman.
Yep.
I'm supposed to go camping with my son this weekend.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, man.
And I think Saturday it's all supposed to clear up.
Okay. All right. It'll be nice soggy ground. Should be able to get the old tent stakes right down in there.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. Send the immune compromised guy who's getting over cancer out to go sleep in the fucking woods. On the wet ground.
Wow. You got a tent, so you guys are tenting it then, right? It's not going to be...
Tents and sleeping bags and a mattress.
I don't think you're going to get too cold there, but just in case, you better make sure to bring extra pair of socks or something. Yeah. Stay warm, especially laying on the ground, man. You never know. It's going to be... Well, I would assume it's probably going to be a soggy mess, too. Just... Yeah, well, it's you're roughing it, man. That's what camping's all about.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'll spin it any way you like here.
I'm not excited about this. I'm doing this because my son wanted to do Cub Scouts, and he's really wanted to go camping for a long time. This was important to him, and so I'm his father, and I got to suck it up and do it. Mm-hmm. But this is just an uphill, miserable slog.
Oh, well, it'll...
This is not how I want to spend my every other weekend off from work.
Ooh. Well, this will be a one-time thing, I'm sure. He's probably not going to do that again for a while, I would imagine, right?
They apparently go camping every few months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, hey, it will be a memory that your child will be able to cherish for the rest of his life. I'll give you that.
Sure. All right, let's get into. So, have you heard much Stryper in your metal experience?
No, I have not. I knew of Stryper. Obviously, if you were if you knew much about metal, rock, power metal, what have you, back in the late '80s, I remember hearing about this band. I just never gave them much of a chance, not solely because of the...
Yeah, but aren't you like a big Jesus Bible thumper lover?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm coming down your way to convert you here later. So
we're on a mission to convert the Jews. Jew.
I've heard of them in I'm trying to think of if they ever crossed conversations that I had with people while I was going to church back in the day. and really can't say that they did. You ever heard of the band DC Talk?
Vaguely.
Okay, so they're a Christian group. I heard more about them than I did Stryper. I just knew Stryper existed, and I wasn't that big into hard rock, heavy metal, what have you, back in the day. So I can't even think that I had access to them in any way, unless somebody owned the album. I just knew of them, I guess.
Mm.
And that's about it.
Well, I was aware of them when I got into metal, but they were a Christian rock hair metal band, and so no, not when I was a young kid. No.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear much Stryper growing up. I did listen to their last album, which was really good, like surprisingly good. Yeah. So they're back with Even the Devil Believes, and I'll tell you, I was really surprised by this, and I don't know. I'd have to give more Stryper a listen because, again, I always associated them with like Poison and Cinderella and like the hair metal bands, and that sound just full of Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
But this sounds like progressive metal.
Yeah, you could tell that they are. To me, it felt like more power metal than progressive. We'll get into that. We'll get into the sound, but yeah, I mean, it's there, and it's not. Other than the overt Christian message that they're putting into their lyrics, this is some. When we get into this, you'll hear that it's actually decent. I mean, it's good stuff. They've honed their craft, and they're still able. My goodness, their first album dropped when? Do you have that in front of you? I think it was like 80. Oh my goodness, I want to say 84. Yellow and Black Attack. Okay, so that is 36. Am I counting that right? 36 years?
What was the date?
84. So, yeah, I think that's
36
years. That's crazy. These guys have been around for ages. And it's decent album. So
still rocking out with the cross out.
That's right, buddy. That's right. So, yeah, whenever you want to get into it, man, we'll get into it.
All right. Well, we're going to medley these like we always do. Don't want to be here all night, so... First three songs are Blood from Above, Make Love Great Again, and Let Him In. You gonna let him inside of you, Jesse?
I was waiting for you to make that joke.
Let him inside of you, Jesse.
Mark Radulich. Well, our first trio of songs here are probably my favorite three off of this album.
It is a rockin' good time so far.
Yeah, we have Blood from Above, which does a great job of focusing on Michael Sweet's vocals. He has incredible range and pitch for, as experienced as he is, he's able, I should say, I don't want to say as old as he is, but my goodness, they've been around for this long, and he's able to carry that like he has. It's pretty amazing. We got some great guitar riffs going on in this. Make Love Great Again. So, Mark, did you catch that there was? Well, I thought there were some subtle jabs at the.
Okay, I've read articles that say they weren't jabbing Donald Trump.
Yes. As a matter of fact, Audio Inc. Radio, they had an interview with him, and he apparently had told them that the song isn't about politics, stating it's the idea that the world needs to let love rule and let it be the lead. Now, here's the thing. Verse 2 says, there's a culture that's building walls, just like vultures consuming all. That's all I got to say about that.
Mildly inspired.
Yeah, we'll just I'll go with that. But
I actually really like "Make Love Great Again." It's one of my favorite songs off of here.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. Like I said, these first three, track 3, Let Him In. I think if I'm picking one tonight, which we need to pick one, I'm taking track 3. Let Him In is my favorite off of here.
You're gonna let him in?
I will let him in. It's a headbanger formed around what I think many believe is the core verse of the New Testament, John 3:16. It's good. It's fast paced. It's a headbanger. It gets. You listen to that thing, and it's definitely something that you can go back to.
This measures up against
again.
any of the power metal albums that we've reviewed this year. Like,
yeah.
If you didn't know anything about Stryper, I would assume this is yet another European power metal band.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
They're not missing a beat at all.
They're doing good. They're opening up, man, and it's for one of the first Stryper albums I've ever listened to, and probably the most tracks I've ever listened to Stryper. Man, I can't even think of I know that they had a couple really popular songs, but off the top of my head, before getting into this thing, I couldn't even. You could probably play a Stryper song, and I'd be like, "Who's that?" So these guys have started out this album fairly well, in my opinion. So let's see if they keep the pace up.
All right. So our next 3 songs are "Do Unto Others," "Even the Devil Believes," there's our title track, and "How to Fly." I believe I can fly.
We are the questions, maybe concerns.
That's powerful stuff right there.
Yes, it is. I mean, do unto others, classic.
I love Do Unto Others. I think that, you're more the lyric guy than I am, but occasionally when I can actually understand people's lyrics and I really key into them, like I love the message of Do Unto Others.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I snippeted a couple, a couple lines from it. It's simple choices we make alone. If we would think of each other, maybe we would heal, not suffer. It's a great message. I mean,
yeah, totally.
My goodness, I mean, that's what really everybody, aside from being a Christian, I mean, just anybody with a human bone in their body should be looking to try and do what you would do for yourself for other people. I think it's, you can't get any better of a message than that. Even The Devil Believes, there's some great guitar work in that. Again, another song gets stuck in your head. You'll hear yeah, it's great. It's great. And How to Fly it's an interesting ballad. That's kind of all I had here. It's kind of like a love song. And I got to listen to this album like maybe twice. And if I would have had a chance to listen to it more, I'd probably give this song a little bit higher marks. But it's it is what it is. It's probably one of the slower paced ones off of here. Very powerful ballad.
Did you ever listen to the Danzig playlist I sent you?
I don't think I have, sir. I don't think I have.
You got to listen to it, man.
I know, dude. I haven't. I forgot you sent it to me, and I have.
I don't think I can delete it until you've listened to it.
I think I need to follow it first. I need to go find you now, because usually that's what I do is I'll follow that. And but yeah, dude, I forgot. Now I've been off this week, so usually I, punch in my music listening while I'm working, and I haven't had a chance to do any of that leading up to the show, other than about an hour I was able to dedicate today. So yeah, I'm gonna have to follow the playlist. I know you sent it to me, and I completely forgot about it. So let me go ahead and I'll jump in there, and there it is, Danzig for Jesse. Followed.
All right. You let me know how that goes for you.
I will, sir. I will.
Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this. I've been to church through various times in my life, and when I was married to my first wife, we had a foreign exchange student living with us, and she was big on going to church, and so we took her to the local church near us, and it was one of these like hipster rock and roll churches.
Yeah, we actually had something similar to that on the other side of our office at work about a couple years ago when we were working at a different location, and every once in a while you could hear the band prepping for Sunday, usually on Thursday, and yeah, they were a rockin' church, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so some of this it comes across that way, where it's like it's good old fashioned power rock, but there's a lot of like really ham-fisted Jesus references.
Oh yeah. I don't think you're going to be able to escape it though. That's the thing.
That's the thing is I find it charming. I'm amused by it. Like I don't know how much of this I could stand to listen to. Like if I just went through the entire Stryper discography before, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Did you read Blabbermouth's reviewer and their take on this album?
No, why don't you tell me about it?
Well, I took the link down here. I can tell you that most of the sites that I visited gave the album high marks. Usually it was a 4 out of 5. I saw a 5 out of 5. And granted, these aren't established like metal stuff that we go to all the time, but Blabbermouth is probably one of the biggest sites that we usually visit frequently, and they gave it a 4 out of 10.
What didn't they like about it?
Well, specifically the fact that a lot of the commenters will accuse the reviewer as being biased against Christians. And the only reason I'm bringing this up now is because you kind of made a bit of a point like the reviewer did, where the fact that you inject Jesus, God, and Christianity into your metal, it kind of takes the edge away from what we kind of go to metal for. And that's why when I saw the title of the last song, which we're going to get to, but when I saw the title of the last song, I was like, okay, that kind of embraces the, kind of the hard edginess of metal that we want, and maybe brings a message forward from the Bible and Christianity, it's blending the two together that catches someone like me by surprise and says, oh, maybe that's something I want to listen to, because that's what I come to metal for. That's not to say that this album is bad, because technically it's fantastic. It's just that the message of that they're getting across here and that they're trying to get out to the public, it's obviously what you're going to get if you're listening to a Stryper album. Right. You know that they're going to be preaching to you. They're going to try and tell you, hey, this is what...
At best, they're going to celebrate Christianity.
Exactly. Exactly. They're going to bring something forward that, just to let you know, hey, this is what we believe in, and love is great. And it's tough to listen to that as a metal fan over and over and over. So I kind of agreed with the reviewer from Blabbermouth in that aspect, but man, he really, giving it a 4 out of 10 is no. I can tell you that I disagreed with the rating, because he did not really list too many technical reasons as to why it was a 4 out of 10. It was mainly because,
it seems very driven by bias.
Yes, and a lot of people called him out on that. But the thing is that I think he makes a valid point, because you just can't. You can't, if you're a hardcore Christian and you only want to listen to these types of messages, great. Then this is the band for you. This is probably one of your top metal bands that you're going to get that are doing this with their music. But it's hard to come from listening to, oh my goodness, trying to think of the name of the band. Never mind. It's completely. I'm put on the spot. Can't remember what the name of the band is. But those bands that usually invest some type of not satanic message, but they're able to use satanic elements into their music, and you kind of listen to that, you dig it. You don't believe in it, but you dig it. I think there's room for that here too.
No, absolutely.
You may not believe in what they're saying, but regardless, the message is something that you can get behind. Plus, the music.
I'm not the most religious person. I don't go to church. My wife has tried to do Hanukkah for the last couple of years, and
I remember you telling me about this. Yeah,
fucking why? She does to make my mother-in-law happy. She wants the kids to have the Jewish cultural experience. I'm like, they're never going to go to Hebrew school. They're not being bar and bat mitzvahed.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
But I can, just because I don't necessarily buy into the theme, doesn't mean I can't appreciate it.
Yeah. Creator's the name of the band I was trying to think of. They have a song called 666 World Divided. And how old is that song? I want to say it just came out not too long ago. Yeah. And I think of, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have Creator sitting over here. And I remember that Creator album we reviewed, and I was like,
I loved it.
Crap, this is great.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, what I get here is like, this is a good album. It's a great message. I don't see me jumping into the satanic pit with Creator, but I can get behind and listen to their music and enjoy it at the same time. So anyway, I would definitely give this higher marks than a 4 out of 10. And
I think that's way too low.
So anyway,
all right,
I'm ready.
Let's get to the next 3 songs here. They are Divider, This I Pray, and Invitation Only. All right, those were pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Divider, strong message about not allowing outside influences affect the religious convictions of a person. Michael Sweet showing off his vocals again in that one, really good. This I Pray was probably the most sombering track off of this album.
Reminded me of like a John Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah, and you can tell that the person in the song is going through some really, really tough stuff. I mean, it's somebody asking, just let me live one more day. And Invitation Only, I would say that is probably, if we're going to talk polarizing songs when it comes to religion and somebody who's not religious and listening to a Stryper album, I would say Invitation Only is probably going to push some buttons, because it's about going to heaven and being accepted as one of the people that is able to get in there. And that kind of, not into that. I don't like that. But just tell you.
But isn't that the nature of heaven?
Well, the nature of depends on who you ask and what you believe.
No, my understanding of heaven is if you've lived a good life, you go to heaven. If you've been a bastard, you go to hell. I
hear that. Have you ever heard that Jesus came down and died on the cross for all of our sins?
No.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Who's this Jesus fellow you're talking about?
Yeah, who's this guy? If that's the case, then why is there a doorway? That I have to. If God came down here and died, that's going to be one argument from some people, and that would be why I would say Invitation Only is probably the most polarizing song off of here. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that.
So when I saw Invitation Only, I totally thought it was going to be like a Steel Panther song. And now I want Stryper and Steel Panther to go on tour together.
Dude, 2020, anything can happen. We have developed slogans at our job, one of which is 2020, do whatever you want, which that would fit perfectly as well.
You're perfect.
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else?
No, man, those are decent songs. I mean, pretty emotional stuff. And when you look at the three together, one's a lot slower, one's kind of a powerful message, and one's a real strong sense of self and determination. So, good trio of songs. I'm ready to wrap it up with these next two.
All right, here we go. We got For God and Rock and Roll and Middle Finger Messiah, Jesse's favorite song.
I know you
All right, I'm going to go ahead. First of all, those last two tracks is what I thought the whole album was going to be like.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I thought they were going to be more like. I was pleasantly surprised that they were more of like a power metal situation, and I'm going to give this album an A.
Oh, very good, very good. I didn't have really any expectations going into this other than just expecting. I'll say this: what we got is kind of what I expected. They could have thrown me for a loop if it would have been a lot more of a different genre than power metal, hair metal, what have you. I'd say I walked into this and came out of it with what I was expecting. So, just real quick, Mark, did you know? I want to read this last sentence on this Wikipedia for you for Stryper. In his autobiography, A Lion's Tale, Around the World in Spandex, a professional wrestler Chris Jericho mentions that as he got into heavy metal music as a teenager, Stryper was one of his favorite bands, and during the very beginning of his wrestling career on the Canadian independent circuit, his ring attire was black and yellow, which he purposely did as a tribute to the band.
Nice.
Well, what do you think of that? Neat stuff.
Very good.
So, Middle Finger Messiah was not what I was expecting, by the way. I remember seeing the title of this song going, oh my goodness, we're going to take a story or a couple stories in the Bible and put this spin on it, and just all I could see and all I pictured was, Jesus Christ flipping you the bird. That's what I was expecting. But no, that wasn't the case at all. This is actually a song about how the world basically flips the bird to Jesus. Not what I was wanting, but I'll take it. As for the album as a whole, like I said, it's decent. It's what I was kind of expecting from the band. I don't think it varied from a lot of people's expectations, in my opinion. Like I said, this album's got some high marks. MetalRules.com gave it a 5 out of 5. And I'll read this to you. It says, I'm giving this album a rating of 5 out of 5 only because it deserves it, no other reason. That was the reviewer's quote. HM Magazine, 4 out of 5. The quote I grabbed from them, it says, notwithstanding the vocals bring melody that serves the tune well, a strong reminder that vocalist and guitarist Michael Sweet can shred both guitar and vocal cords effectively, and I will agree with that 100%. I'll read the Blabbermouth quote. Specifically the Blabbermouth quote, and we'll jump into closing out of here. But yeah, he says, nothing quite takes the edge off of a heavy metal record like constant references to God's love and the power of prayer. At least with Stryper, it's coming.
That's ridiculous.
At least with Stryper, it's coming, but it's still a bit like biting into a delicious cheeseburger and being poked in the eye at the same time. I don't know about all that, man. Come on. But yeah, hey, Blabbermouth can stick it. I would give this, if I was giving this a rating, I would give it a 8 out of 10 probably. What song did you want to take? I'm taking Let Him In. I'm going to let him in, Mark Radulich. Who you taking? What are you taking here?
No, Make Love Great Again.
I like it. All right. Very good. I'll add it to the playlist. Finally, some songs we can add to the playlist.
So we had a schedule change. Morrison Hotel now isn't coming out till March. So we're going to skip a week. And instead, you're going to review the new Doom Patrol season with me, Doom Patrol Season 2.
That's right.
We're going to skip doing the Metal Hammer of Doom next week. But when we come back, the night before Thanksgiving, we're going to review the new AC/DC album, Power Up.
Yes, sir.
And then on December 2nd, we got Hatebreed.
Oh, I can't wait.
And then, Jesse, Public Enemy has a new album out.
That is fantastic.
So I was like, we did the Wu-Tang Clan last year, and I think once a year we need to do a rap album.
I agree 100%. That is going to be great.
So we're doing the new Public Enemy album December 9th. We're taking the next week off, and then I found a Christmas album for us to do.
Oh, really? Okay, what's this?
Majestica, A Christmas Carol.
Oh, man, anything that ends in CA, is this going to be like Tarja, something like that? Or is that what I'm going to be getting into? Any idea?
It's power metal, that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
All right, hey, you don't have any plugs, right?
Nope.
All right, then I'm getting out of here because I got to go to the bathroom.
Right, then.
All right, everybody. Be well, be safe, and behave.